everyone. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is Bring It in the House podcast show, where we spotlight musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. Get your meal. And we have a fantastic meal for you this week. In the house tonight, he is founder of Mentor Systems. He's also an experienced self-awareness trainer and people developer. Let's give it up for JD Murphy. Yay. Hello, JD. How are you?
Doing very well, Miss Millie. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Thanks for being on the show. I know you could be anywhere tonight, but you decided to join us, and we thank
right here. You bet.
Right here. Now, JD, tell us where you're from originally, your alma mater, or where you're hailing from, your native town.
Okay, native town is a little place called Pueblo, Colorado. It's about that big, about 120,000 people maybe by now. And yeah, that was some time ago, but that's home for me. Most recently, though, I lived in Green Bay, Wisconsin for about just over 30 years, and then migrated, decided to move away from all that cold weather, got here to Austin in October of 22.
Okay, awesome. October of 2022.
Yes.
So you're still kind of new to the area. Yay.
Still trying to find all the good catfish places and barbecue places. Anybody that can help me out, let me know, all right?
Oh, yeah, we got you covered. You know about Terry? Was it Terry Franklin's barbecue? You've heard of that?
No.
It's really supposed to be some of the best barbecue in Austin. Yeah.
Okay.
You got to write it down.
Yeah, Terry Franklin, you say?
Yeah, I know they have like a couple of locations. Terry Black's. There, I said it wrong. Terry Black's Barbecue. It's right there on Barton Springs Road. Terry Black's.
Excuse me. I have a visitor that wanted to meet you, she thought. Okay, let me get her settled. All right, Terry Black Barbecue. On where did you say?
That's in Barton Creek.
In Barton Creek.
Yeah, off of Barton. Let me pull it back up again. Terry Barbecue. This is different. Terry Black's Barbecue, 1003 Barton Springs Road.
Garden Springs.
Barton with a B, Barton. 1003, 1003 Barton Springs Road.
Got it. All right, I can find that. Find that.
Or either you can go to Franklin's Barbecues, the one I was thinking of that's near downtown. It's more like Austin, I think.
Is that by the Franklin's? Is that the one that's right next to the Black Chamber of Commerce? Right
yes.
Yes, I've been there. That's good.
That's a good one. So those are the two that I'm familiar with, and there are so many more. Mm-hmm. I'm not an Austinite, so I'm not the one to help you with that.
Okay, I think we're in good shape now. We got a good start.
Oh yeah, and the other one, Salty So on Manor Road, Salty. So now they said the former First Lady Michelle Obama, when she was in town a few years ago, that's where she dined at Salty So. Mm-hmm.
Salty So, and that's where in Manor?
Yeah, off Manor Road. It's East Austin as well. That address is 11501 Rock Rose Avenue. I'm saying it wrong. Let me pull it up better. The address is 1917 Manor Road. That's it. 1917 Manor. Manor. Oh, wow. Manor, Manor Road.
Got it. All right. That takes care of this. So
yeah, so
now, huh?
Yeah, if anybody joining in and you're coming to Austin for the first time, those are some of the hot spots you want to check out. Salty So Barbecue, Terry Black's, and then Franklin's Barbecue. They're some of the best. Best.
Good. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
All righty. So again, if you're just joining us, this is Mr. J.D. Murphy. J.D. is, of course, an experienced self-awareness trainer and people developer, and he is founder of Mentor Systems.
Yes.
Ooh, wow, J.D., you've been here about 3 years. How do you like Austin?
I love it now, and I love it because I'm a warm weather guy. I really, so the heat doesn't bother me. And it does get hot sometimes, but the heat doesn't really bother me. Back in Green Bay, though, you see, when the temperature has a minus sign in front of it and it's double digits, I got to get out of that place. Had some fantastic friends there, met some wonderful people. Just me and the hawk couldn't get along.
Just couldn't get along. I do understand. So, JD, we're going to be talking to you about all the success. Congratulations on your success. Mm-hmm. And you're very welcome. You know, being a founder of Mentor Systems. Tell us a little bit about Mentor Systems. What made you decide? You know, what does your role consist of, and what made you decide to go in that direction?
Well, the role consists of what I call the management team of one right now. Me too. That means I'm responsible for the ownership responsibilities, obviously, also the marketing, operations, and finance, and everything that falls under those categories. Now, why did I start Mentor Systems is because I was working with a gentleman that invented a brand new, what people often refer to as a personality test. But I don't like that phrase because a personality test implies that my personality can either pass or fail. And not many people are really willing to participate in something where they're putting their personal information or their feelings on the line, knowing based on the title that it could fail. So we don't call what we do a personality test. It's more of a values discovery product. And after working with that gentleman from probably 1997, decided to go into business with him. So I was selling that product. And what we do is we help people identify their values, their intrinsic values, help them discover what their purpose is. And from there, we help them to create their personal brand to attain more of their potential. That's about it in a nutshell. I've been doing that again since there I go again. I got there in 91, met him in 97, there, and I can get that out of the way. Been doing that since 97?
1997. That's a long time. So you know what you're doing. You're an expert.
I got a pretty good idea. It's been
fun. So you can pretty much tell me, can we do like a test on the screen? Or is
sure.
Okay.
You ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So put it this way, based on the book title, What Country Are You From? We say that just like, people do personality testing all the time. And I already give you my information and my feeling about personality testing. We do values understanding and values clarification, but we use a 4-people quadrant that we call it. And just like people from the same country, you speak the same language, enjoy the same stuff, are opposed to the same types of things. So are the people from control country, fun country, peace country, and perfect country. Millie, you are a fun country person.
Oh, thank you.
Country person. So what that means is your most desired environment is being where the people are. Not necessarily being the life of the party, but being where the activity is. Your vehicle in life, I call it, is a jet plane because you're through the stratosphere. You're always looking for a way to enjoy yourself and help people enjoy themselves. Your focus in life is to have fun. And what you need more than anything is approval for the way you act.
Wow, that was great. That was so on point. Oh my gosh, that was great. Because you are welcome. I just had a conversation a few weeks with a friend, and I told him, I said, I like to be where the action is. And I don't have to be the centerpiece, but just be amongst the action is good. Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
the questions to answer are, let me put it this way. What if I told you that out of a list of 56 positive words and phrases, there are 5 that absolutely mean the world to you? And
okay.
those 5 words and expressing those 5 words is the secret to your ongoing success. And when you can do that, when you can express those 5 words, you are 10 foot tall and bulletproof. You are at your best. And that's what I help people do. I help them identify who they are at their best and then live each day from that perspective.
That's amazing, JD. Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of,
I love this. So
I love it.
did you meet someone years ago who was already into the field that kind of inspired you to get into it, or how did you?
Yes, the gentleman that I mentioned that I met in '91 and then started working for in '97. He said that we met at a little coffee shop and just to introduce ourselves when I first got there. He said he had written a book. His name, by the way, is Larry Bellata, good friend of mine, still a good friend of mine. In fact, I attended his wedding last year, 2024. I attended his wedding, went back to Wisconsin, and we had the chance to reconnect because though we'd known each other for a long time, we hadn't seen each other in probably 10 years. So it was fun. But Larry invented this product that's called the Flag Page, and what it's about is identifying those 4 countries based on those 5 words and more that you select, that you rate by how good they make you feel. So once he and I started working together, it just continued to grow, and I learned more and learned more. Of course, I did mine, and he helped me identify who I am at my best. And so I've been living from that since that day. Now, those values can change. The importance of them and where they fit in what we call your flag may change places, but they're still important to you. So it's been that long. So I've been observing people and helping people with that process for a long, long time. I love it. There's nothing like it.
I know, it sounds very interesting. So what's the process? So I would say if I want to be a patient and there is like
not a patient, a participant, a client. So what we would do is send you to the website that holds the product information. It's called flagpage.com. You complete that snapshot, mail it to me. And again, this is 56 words or phrases that you go through and you identify through the process that's mentioned what your 5 words are. It's going to give you a beautiful color printout. It's going to talk about who you are at your best. These are the things that make you who you are. What I do then with people is I receive that from them. We set an appointment to get together, and we walk through exactly what all of the components of that flag page are about. That's the first part of the installation process. Once we've done that, now we go in and we start digging deeper, Millie, because we want to find out what those 5 words mean to you. Because it's easy, just like any personality test, where what's being shared with you is what other people believe you are. Okay, you're a Sagittarius, and that means this. You're a Libra, and that means this. That's what personality testing is all about. It's called post-behavior reporting. But with the flag page, and specifically what we do is we do pre-behavior discovery, and that is when you've listed those 5 words and more, it puts you into one of those countries. As we mentioned, you're a fun country person. But it's those words that are the key to everything, Millie. And what I want to do is I want to help you understand what those words mean to you. So we help you discover what your intrinsic values are and what they mean to you, so that from there we can help you discover and identify what your purpose in life is. It goes that deep.
So would you say that this right here might be the answer to a lot of like people's, people who are not able to find happiness, or people who are depressed or things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
And remember, after you know who you are, and that's the key, we want to help you, then to lead you to know who you are and then to understand others, because relationship communication is the key. Most trouble, because we can't get along without other people. Most of the trouble in our lives has to do with our ability to get along and to communicate well with others. without judging them or pushing them to the side or being judged ourselves for who we are. When
Yes.
you come to understand again who you are at your best and you start living from that, you'd be surprised at changes that happen in your life. Absolutely
That's,
amazed.
I love this. And you said go to
Flag,
flightpage.com?
F-L-A-G, flagpage.com,
Flag page. Or, okay.
page.com.
I said flight. So I'm putting this, I'm going
Okay.
to put this on the screen here. And
Mhm.
you tell me if I got it right. Okay.
Okay.
It's been a long day, so bear with me, JD.
Yeah, flagpage.com.
All
And
right.
the fee for that is $24.95 to have that, to complete all the information, have that snapshot done. And then, if you would please have them email that information to me, print out a color copy for themselves first. And they'll look at that and go, what in the world what does all this mean? Then have them email a copy of that to me at jd@mentorsystems.net. Put their address, or I'm sorry, not their address, but their phone number. We'll talk on the phone and we'll start the process, the self-awareness installation process.
Wow, this is amazing. So did you have to get a degree in like psychology or something to start this career? No?
No. Just
Like,
it's about the desire to help people grow in who they are, and the willingness to listen, find out what makes them tick. And now we have a way to do that that hasn't been done before, and it's fantastic. Now, to give you an idea of how I've used this, because I would suspect that question would come up.
mhm.
On one, obviously, and we start with the self-awareness program installation, where we're talking about things like those motivations, those values, and what they mean to you. We're also going to talk about what do you need to get to receive from other people to be at your best in expressing those values, what you need people to do in your workplace so you can continue to express those, and also what you need people to not do so that you're not diminished when you're expressing those things that are important to you. Then we start talking about this thing that a lot of people struggle with or think they have an understanding about, which is called emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Say this: emotional intelligence and emotional control are not the same thing.
Right.
Intelligence is about perception. What do I think that means? And that what I think that means is what affects me. So how I perceive what you said is the impact that I've received. Emotional control is what do I do after I've received that perception. Then we talk about where does that perception come from? You'd be surprised. It's an interesting process. It answers a lot of questions. You get a lot of aha moments from that. Okay, how do you change that? How do you take control of that process? Because it happens just like that.
That is amazing. I'm going to go through the process because I'm one of those always want to learn and try to improve myself if I can.
Great. That's fantastic. Great to hear that.
Yes. So you are a people developer. So what's the difference between the experienced self-awareness trainer versus a people developer?
Okay. The people development piece starts after the installation of the self-awareness program, because the people development happens when we get to the personal growth kit, I call it, because that's when we're working with folks who have gone through that process, and now we're applying that process to everyday situations where they're struggling or having difficulty in their relationship communications. Okay, so if the person may say, all right, JD, I want to work on procrastination and being on time, tardiness, and speaking confidently. All right, well, which one of those three is most important to you? Well, I got to get rid of this procrastination. All right, now we're going to apply what we learned in the self-awareness training program. And we're going to apply that to procrastination. And we're going to go back to, okay, so how often do you procrastinate? Most importantly, what do you procrastinate about? And is there one individual, especially, where your procrastination seems to rise more often? So we're going to talk about those things based on what we learned about you. Okay. So now we're applying this information to this situation. Well, I procrastinate mostly with this one person who is my boss. And why do you procrastinate where your boss is concerned? I don't know. All right, let's go back to your flag page and let's look at your motivations. Let's look at your values and find out which one of your values are you not able to express, which causes you to procrastinate, or which one of your motivations, your values, does your boss seem to ignore or disrespect that causes you to procrastinate where he or she is concerned. Do you see the application? Now, once we've identified that, we can say, all right, so what are you going to do differently? Well, I don't know. Well, let's talk about how you feel when that happens. Right? Now, remember, we've already gone through the what do I need to have so that I feel at my best? And what do I need you to not do so I can continue to feel at my best? Well, which one of these five values is it most often? Well, it's my sincere at heart. Okay. What do you need from this individual so that you can express what sincere at heart means to you? Oh, okay. Now I understand. So, what do you need them to do? And what do you need them to not do so that you can express sincere at heart with them so that you can stop procrastinating with them? You see? So it all ties together, really. It all ties together. So it's a process. It's a process. And that's what the people develop or the people development piece is really all about.
Yeah. Yeah. That's genius.
And those aha moments that I live for. Oh, okay. Now I see it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's why I hear that a lot. Oh, so that's why. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that's what takes you to the next level. You know, when those aha moments can take you to the next level. So you have a book that you are now that's in the works. What country are you from? And in this book that's going to be released early next year, are you going to be talking about some of these points that you are sharing with us now?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go into quite a bit more detail about how that process evolved, where it all came from. But also, I'm going to be walking a person, the reader, through the entire self-awareness program installation. So they'll get that much of it. The personal growth kit, that's going to come later. Probably not in the book, though I haven't decided yet. But they're going to get a lot of information. Now, it's important for you to understand that this is not a book that the general population will gravitate to. If they haven't done what you're about to do, which is go through flagpage.com and receive their snapshot, it won't make any sense to them. But because of some work that I did when I was in Wisconsin, there's a gentleman that has just made this concept humongous. His name, by the way, is Mr. Pastor Mark Gungor, and his program is called Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage. And I've known Mark. In fact, I introduced Mark to Larry because after doing some work with the organization Mark was with, he came to me and said, "Can this be done to help marriages?" I said, "Absolutely." So I introduced Mark to Larry. Mark and Larry connected. They created a company. Through that company, Mark created Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage. There have been thousands of people that have gone through Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage. What I do is I take that initial information that they've received and I take them through the process that I just outlined with you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It came up, but I think my finger, there you go. If we could get that on the screen.
Right.
There it is.
That's it.
Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage. That is, I'm going to have to get a copy. They got some good reviews on it too. Yeah. I'm going to have to get a copy of this. This is great. Even though I'm not married.
Early. Oh my gosh. They said this is 90. 90
the year it was published.
Okay. I think they started that company in 98, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. The book was published in 08.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna get a copy. Yeah. See, this is the beauty of having beautiful people like yourself on the show. You're welcome. Is stimulating and it brings awareness, and it's knowledgeable and I would have never heard of Mark probably, if you have not shared that with us. So yeah, I would definitely pick up a copy.
There have been a lot of people that have attended his seminars and benefited greatly in their marriages as a result of that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely get a copy of that. I'm sure it's on Amazon and wherever books are sold, I'm sure.
Right.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, moving back to you though, we can't get away from you. So when it comes to, well, you are a mentor. Don't you consider yourself a mentor, JD?
Mm-hmm.
You do? Okay. Okay. Good.
Yes.
I want to make sure I'm good. So when you're mentoring, is there or do you have general goals
Mm-hmm.
when mentoring a new person in your field, or do you,
Mm-hmm.
we're just curious. These are some of those probing questions I was a little curious about.
It's fine. And it's all that the purpose for the work is, as I mentioned before, I work with the willing, because if people are not willing to put themselves out there and grow, learn about themselves so that they can grow, then it's not going to be beneficial. So work with the willing to help them identify their intrinsic values, those 5 words that we talked about before. That's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is, after understanding what those values are and what they mean to that individual, from there, we're going to create the purpose. That individual is going to say, based on what I know, this is what I'm here to do. Because I'm going to ask that question. So what are you going to do with all this? What is God? This is what God has put inside of you to do something with. What are you going to do with all of this? What's your purpose? Sometimes it takes a while for people to discover that. Many times it's top of mind. Okay, I know because I've heard before that this is what I ought to be doing, which is something very interesting. Remember that I mentioned earlier, I asked my son this question, and he's using it all the time now. What do people come to you for? What do people come to you for? Within that answer is your purpose. It's what you do naturally.
Oh, wow. I can think of a few things. Mostly for me, people talk. They like to be heard, whatever they're going through. I'm kind of like a Dear Abby or.
Okay. The Dear Millie.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
sure. And there's value in that. Okay. People come to you for that because they trust you. People come to you for that because they believe that the information you give is based in wisdom that is going to help them. Mm-hmm. And you can impart that wisdom to them. Well, knowledge, understanding, and then wisdom. So you tell them that this is what is a part of that. Okay, that's the knowledge. You confirm that they understand what you just said. And because they understand what you just said, as they move forward, they'll begin to gain wisdom about that part of themselves.
Amen. This is great. Guys, if you are just tuning in, this is Mr. J.D. Murphy on the show today. This man can help change your life. I mean, I'm not trying to hype him up, but
when people ask me, and I'm in a new situation, they ask me, so JD, what do you do? That's the answer. I change lives.
You change. Okay. Good.
I change lives.
Good. Okay. So see, guys, I'm not sounding like a hype person. He really does. I mean, because just what you shared with me, I already kind of knew it, but you provided confirmation. And that's also very important too. Because sometimes, we don't open up, a lot of times we don't open up, we don't share a lot of things. Right. And which can also kind of stifle your growth.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It requires, people trust me. Okay, so to answer the question that I was asking, what do people come to you for? People come to me for inspiration. They come to me for leadership. They come to me to borrow from my confidence. They come to me for listening to them, and they come to me for ideas about goal setting. And so those are my 5. Those are the 5 things that I do. That's what makes me who I am. I have to express that in wherever I am and whatever I'm doing. But because I do, confidence is there. I feel real good about myself. Real good.
Yes, as you should. That is so great. We are talking to Mr. J.D. Murphy. You can look him up. Here's his Facebook page. Go to Mentor Systems, Mentor Systems. Like that page on Facebook. or you can follow him. His personal page, right? It's just JD Murphy. Right. Go to that page. His book is coming out early 2026. What country are you from? Please get your copy. It's really going to help change your life. I'm convinced. I am so convinced. And don't forget to go to the flagpage.com. Flagpage.com. All of this is so helpful. And, of course, this is not taken away from the spiritual side. This is to enhance, I believe, enhance your spirituality and your relationship with God. Don't you think so, JD?
Oh, absolutely. There are some times through the process that folks will say, JD, this sounds like some stuff I've heard before. And I'll let them know the little secret. I say, you'd be surprised how much of what's in this process comes from the Word. Yeah. It's loaded with it. It's actually loaded with it. What Larry did was said, JD, I need to teach these principles in a way that as many people as possible would be able to accept them. But it's in there. It's definitely in there. Let me give you an example. One scripture that says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Made, yes.
We start there. So what do God put inside of you? What did he put inside of you? Oh,
confidence.
People come to you for.
Yeah.
Okay.
It builds your esteem as well.
When we talk about the emotional intelligence piece, one of the pieces that we talk about is where the opposition comes from. Why can't I be like this all the time? Let me give you, if we have time, Millie, I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
5 more minutes about this piece?
Yeah, a few more minutes, yes.
Okay, all right. The emotional intelligence piece is about discovering how your reaction impacts your life and what causes the reaction to happen. So let's say that every event that happens to you is a neutral event. But once you perceive that event, you have to internalize that event and you have to decide how you're going to respond. Okay? How you're going to respond. So there's perception and then there's response. There's a perception and then there's reaction. Well, what happens is that neutral event gets hijacked and it has to become either a good event or bad event. Really, it's neutral, but we decide if it's a good event or bad event. Once it goes to a bad event or we perceive it's a bad event, that only happens because inside of us, we'll call it ego, which is all about survival, keeping you safe, says, I'll tell you what this means. This means, and then it will pull up a negative event that is anywhere similar to what happened to you and say, this is just like that. And you don't want that because it threatens your survival. You see? And then your response is automatic. You have these feelings that are going on inside of you. You believe your feelings are true. Because you believe your feelings are true, you get an attitude, and then your attitude goes public and you do or say something stupid. Yeah. We call that process, we call the initiator of that process Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street. We say that Freddy is after 2 things: separate you from people and slowly destroy you. Tell me how much that sounds like he's after 3 things.
Steal, and destroy from the Bible. We are out of time, JD. Thank you so much for being here. Guys,
Pleasure.
Get in touch with him. If you need to, let me put his information back up here again. Remember this email. Well, it's a couple of email addresses right there. This is how you contact JD. JD is the truth, man. He is spirit-led and he is well-educated, self-awareness trainer and personal developer right here on Bring It in the House. We'll see you back here next time. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.